Hello and welcome to a video which is full of good news, a positive vibe, a wonderful day out with a friend called Allegroman to collect a car that's turned out to be much nicer than I would have expected. He has 4 rings on the front of his grille.
Howdy, Brian.
Yeah, it's odd that you say ashtray because it doesn't have one.
I wonder if them 4 rings are magnetic. That's what I think.
Why?
Because they say so close up your backside. Them 4 rings may as well be magnetic. I reckon they are.
Pretty powerful magnet on the go there then. Why was that sarcastic?
Well, just press the record button if you want to record.
Yeah, but you can see like a stop and a pause button on there, can't you?
Yeah.
So that must mean that if you can see a record button, that it's not recording. Or do you think perhaps it's the other way around?
No, I know that little seconds thing is the other giveaway that is recording.
Yeah.
I might come across as stupid and not knowing how to use my phone.
You do not. You come across as the most tech-savvy type I've ever met. Okay, well, it's an R-edge.
It's an R-edge? Oh, so it's a grill one. It's a later one.
Yeah, it's an R3.
R3?
Yep, it's a 3-door.
All right.
Best shape.
Oh, why did I think it was an R8?
Maybe because I said R-edge. And
right.
Either you misheard it or I mispronounced it or the...
So it's an R3?
Yep.
And it's in Nightfire?
It is in Nightfire, yeah. And it's got 34,000 miles on the clock.
Which is lovely.
Yep. And it's in very nice condition.
Yeah.
With the exception of just a couple little bits.
30.
But I didn't actually take it for a drive.
Right.
And I only thought afterwards, that's how you find out if the clutch is good.
Yeah.
And the brakes. And it has an MOT failure for the brakes.
Right.
So I'm not entirely sure what it's going to drive like on the motorway.
Okay. Judder.
Could be a judder. Could be a judder. Could be a snag. Could be a... Well, that pedal didn't seem to do anything.
What's the MOT saying the MOT failure is?
It says fluctuating.
Fluctuating. Has the guy had it a long time?
I don't know. It's his mother's.
Maybe he has then. Maybe his mother has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's had the head gasket done on it.
Oh, right, nice. And it's a 8-valve version.
Yeah, they don't normally need doing on the 8-valve, do they not?
No, they usually are a bit more bulletproof, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, not that you like that term.
Bulletproof. Well, suggests that you can abuse it, doesn't it? I've got to ask if it's got a V5.
Did you? Well, from my experience, that's rather dopey.
Yeah, maybe I got a bit.
You don't bloody get anywhere relying on how quickly DVLA are going to do something.
Maybe I got a bit overly excited and giddy about it.
Speed. And that's slow.
There might have been something else I forgot about as well.
Rising concern.
And no doubt that some contractor drops the box off that's different to the one that does something else there, like picks the cones up.
Yeah. Well, that was a toilet.
Right, well, yeah, exactly. So they put a toilet there for workmen.
Well, for when they turn up and need a poo.
Yeah. And no doubt that's a separate contractor that's dropped that off.
Yeah.
And that's why it's just there forever.
So, they close one lane of a dual carriageway in a very busy town.
Just to put a toilet there.
Yeah. That's how we do things in Britain, isn't it? That's smoking a bit, isn't it?
That wagon
Bloody hell.
has got 1 or 2 engine issues, you could say.
It's like being in dual. It's funny when they have notorious junctions that people say things like, oh, it's a death trap, that junction, that's what caused the accident, yet still drive through it in the same way they would do with any other junction.
Yeah.
And wonder why they end up having a crash.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
Is she happy?
Why is it though that all these card reader machines are now asking you if you'd like to give 25 or 50 pence to charity?
I know.
Motorway, the start of the collection. You know how Hubnut has his collection capers?
No.
No, well, that's what he calls them. Going collecting a car, he calls it a collection caper.
A collection kit.
Which is quite good.
Yeah.
But the trouble with that is that lots of other people just call it a collection caper when they're going to collect a car.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that because that's his thing.
Yeah.
And I will respectfully leave his bit of creative description to him.
Yeah.
Rather than spoiling it so that when he says it, it's no longer relevant or interesting.
But you need to come up with your own.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But
Right, go on then.
think of another word for collection. Yeah, help me out here. Come on, get your thesaurus out.
Going in, well...
Isn't that weird? You'd think there'd be loads of different words for collection.
Yeah, but no, I don't think there is.
Yeah, there will be. No. This isn't going where I was expecting. I was fully expecting, for some reason, you just to come up with some word that I thought, oh yeah, I didn't think of that one.
I don't know of one.
Well, that's disappointing.
Means you've seen one.
Just realised something. I said to you before anybody else last week, I'm getting an unusual car next week.
You do not own the Escargot.
I can't tell you what it is.
Oh, Jesus
And yet now
Christ. You'll never guess. Well, no, of course I'm never going to flaming well guess that one.
And you still didn't know.
Well, I've just worked it out then by look on your bloody face. If I'd have seen that through the phone when you mentioned it to me, then yeah, I'd have got it in one.
Well, yeah. Anyway, that's a bit less anonymous than what this is. That was the conversation,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah. So, what are you going to do with that?
Sign write it.
Yeah.
Sign write it. Seriously.
Project Nigel all over it. It's still got two done rather than one, hasn't it?
Yeah.
What the hell's that all about?
Yeah, but
They'd be great for my garage roof.
yeah, but how would we get them to your... Oh, what was that just fell off? How would we transport them?
Oh, we hadn't thought about that bit.
Right. Well, I suggest you do before we stop the driver and relieve him of his load.
just do a bloody. Can you drop them off at Halifax, mate? You know, waving somebody about. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it would in a movie.
I have a tempting £5 note here for you.
I might be getting my own back on you with this trip.
In what way?
I could have something to collect in Southport.
That's not getting your own back. That's just a trade of help, isn't it?
Yeah.
Getting my own. There's some sort of glee there in your voice, as if like you'll regret asking me to drive my car back for this.
I'm not quite as murderous as that, but it's.
Do you want to tell me what?
Well, there's no mystery. You can have a guess, and you are likely to get it.
Oh
Go
gosh,
on,
that does give it away. Is it a Rover 75?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Because he doesn't know how to use his phone, we couldn't record this bit, but we've just had an Arctic in front of us, and all it had on the back of this flatbed articulated lorry was an item that was probably the size of 2 dining chairs, and that was it for the whole articulated lorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know that the driver could have been on his way to go and collect something much bigger.
Well, it probably was.
Yeah. Or the van broke down.
So we'll send an Arctic.
Do you think we'll ever have a trip out anywhere without this kind of thing happening?
Probably not. So, well, maybe the two are connected. There's an ambulance going that way.
Well, it's gone the wrong direction, isn't it?
Still pretty much stopped. You do know I'm going to turn the radio over, don't you?
All right, well, I guess you're a hopper. So a tune comes on you don't mind, or you even like. And then as soon as it finishes, the DJ comes along and ruins it all, and you have to switch over to another one.
Yeah.
So you need like 3 or 4 channels that you listen to
Yes.
just to minimise the irritation.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Well, here we are in the familiar surroundings of a little Rover 200R3. With all my videos, I put in my email address and link to Facebook and channel members and all these other kind of things, and I'm looking for 6th gear and it doesn't happen. Because sometimes somebody may well want to contact me, and they did. And I had an email last week offering me a really nice looking Rover 200, and it's this one. And I thought I'd best come along and have a look at it. It is an MOT failure on welding and brakes. The welding doesn't look that bad, and so far the brakes seem to be okay. There's a slight judder on if you press the brake hard, but I'm not in the habit of pressing the brakes hard anyway. So far there's a little bit of vibration through the steering wheel when I get to about 60, so that could just be a slightly imbalance on the wheel, or it could be the brakes causing an issue with oh yeah, there's quite a pronounced wobble there actually. Let's try it a bit faster. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. And you expect at some point for it to get better. Can't tell. Don't push it. Just drive it gently. That's the point. I don't need to be doing 70. I wouldn't do 70 in my Astra most of the time, because it just uses up more fuel. So why would I do it in an unknown car? What kind of bloody idiot am I? Hey, I'm the kind of idiot you watch for some fucking reason. And I don't know what that is. Allegroman, over here. Allegroman is behind me driving my car. I've warned him about the clutch. And as soon as we got going and we had to get some petrol, I said, how are you finding the clutch? He went, horrible. Could barely get it in reverse. It's weird how you just get used to these things, and I certainly did. This is the 1.48 valve engine, not known for head gasket failure anywhere near as much as the bigger versions, and the versions that also get blamed for head gasket failure when often that's not really the case. But regardless, let's see whether we're... Yes, we do. We have plenty of heat coming through those vents. And going by now is a car that looks just like mine. Oh, it is mine. There it is. That's my motor there. I'm the proud owner of that Vauxhall Astra. Normally on these little trips, Allegroman and I will take with us the walkie-talkies, but the batteries have gone flat. And I do have some new walkie-talkies, but I can't figure out how to use them. You've got to program them. And I don't know whether you need some sort of special knowledge of these radios or not, but I've not been able to get them to do anything so far. I must say it's bobbing along quite well. You forget that the little Rover 200 isn't anywhere near as stable as something like a 2013 Vauxhall Astra diesel estate, and you become accustomed to the way something drives along the motorway to the extent where if something isn't quite as flat as that, it feels like there's something wrong, when in actual fact there isn't. Currently about 55 miles away from PNHQ on the outskirts of York, and it's not taking me long to feel quite confident that this is the kind of car you can just drive somewhere and it'll just do the job. It starts on a flick. The 1.4 single cam engine's a lovely little thing, and apparently it's had the head gasket done. Although I don't know why. As soon as Allegroman man saw this car, he was on his phone straight away. I thought, oh, all right, seen a bit. But he was looking it up because he'd seen it before somewhere. And then he started reeling out information about it. Quite surprising. First test of the brakes there, and they were okay. I forgot about the brake issue that it has, to the point where I just come off the motorway slip road and it was like, oh no, I've got to go off the brakes now, and they were okay. Quick stop off for a bit of something to eat, which is something I promised myself not to do any longer, but you know, needs must. I've got to eat something. I can't expect Allegroman man not to have anything to eat when, you know, he's done me a favour of being up here with me in the first place. Can I? No, I can't. No, he's a jolly good chap. But he's gone off ahead without me now. This is unusual. And normally we'd try and stick together in our little journeys out. So now I'm a bit nervous. Oh, yes, done about 20 miles on it so far, and I've already gained quite a bit of trust due to the way it just starts so nicely and drives along without any real issues I can think of. Maybe even to the point where I'm going to turn that heating back down again because it's way too warm in here. Put me a cold air my way instead. Speed van up ahead, not a problem for me because I'm doing 60. And I generally will avoid going too close to breaking the speed limit anyway, because I'm a good boy. I just, honestly, you can rely on me to get you to where you're going without any problems. Yes, one huge truck, one small wheel. I do keep thinking it's about time I started looking into buying other cars other than Rover. But I know these cars and I'm just charmed by them. And the R3 in particular is just such a pleasant little car. I prefer it to the 25. In some ways I prefer it to the R8. It was an old person's car, but a nice old person's car. A car that, oh gosh, that wheel's fallen off of that van. Oh dear. That's just the kind of thing you don't want to happen whilst driving along the M1. I'm not saying that people at the time who bought themselves a Fiesta or a Corsa were bad people. No, they weren't bad people. With a Rover, there's just some charm. It just has more charm. It's a bit like the Bob Monkhouse of small cars. I do want to be going faster than 50. These cars are very economical until you start pushing it to 70 and beyond. So I like to stick at 60, just so I can make sure I can get back without needing to put any more petrol into it. And an ambulance coming up behind me, so hopefully there's no serious incidents going on. I don't mean just for my inconvenience, I mean for other people as well. It is traditional to give all of my cars names, and it's not anthropomorphosis, it's just kind of respect for the vehicle. You give it a name, and hang on, we're heading dangerously into exactly that. Without a name, it is Rover 214, or Rover 214 in Nightfire Red, and even then, there's ambiguity there, because is it an R3 or an R8? And then you've got to explain the difference between R3 and R8, so that any passers-by that you may want to say, oh, have a look at Robin over there. Robin. Robin. Have I decided this car's name as Robin? Yeah, all right. I think Robin it might be. Until I get to the yard and have a look around it, then something more suitable, no, better, may pop up. Robin is quite fitting for an R3, actually. I mean, they're not a lady. They don't look like No Rover really looks feminine. They always look a bit masculine, but with not afraid to be ever so slightly feminine. I don't mean camp. I don't mean, you know, like a ducky or any of those potentially derogatory terms that I don't actually mean, but just like gentlemen. The name Robin suggests quite a small, old, gentle man who's also a gentleman, rather than a bearded 6'4" burly tattooed man, the man's man. No Rover's really like that, especially one of these. I just don't really view cars as being ladies very often. You never see old cars broken down at the side of the motorway. It's always practically brand new ones. Mind you don't see that many old cars about. They're probably just broken down at home. But so far along this stretch of the M62, I've done about 20 miles. I've seen 2 broken down Toyotas, a Mercedes S-Class on the other side, and that brand new Jayco. And it makes me wonder, when they see a car like this, a 29-year-old car just driving by with a reputation for being unreliable in the first place, what do they think? What would you think? What do you think? What have you thought? Has this ever happened to you? New car, broken down, stranded, whilst you watch people in old cars carry on with their journey. Another one, Range Rover Evoque. And now here we are at the M62 summit. It's free rolling all the rest of the way and out of gear. Another one. And another one. Bloody hell. Nissan Juke. The M62 must be really unlucky for people in their motor cars that are relatively new. And now back in Milnrow. Well, very good, well done little car. During this journey, my relationship with the brakes have been very, very casual and loose. But I've had to use them just then and they don't feel that bad really. I don't know what the fuss is. You can do 50 down here if you want. Oh, you can go on your brakes if you want. Yeah. That van driver probably wasn't expecting to be overtaken by an old Rover, but then he should have been. If you're going to do less than 30 miles per hour in a 50 limit, that's exactly what's going to happen. So I can confirm it does pick up the way it should do, as well as the gear change being as it should, and the steering being the way that it should be, and the brakes not too far off where you'd expect them to be either. All that's left now is to have a good look around the outside and the inside as well. Also to add is that the suspension is really lovely and supple. There are no knocks anywhere or anything like that, even when you inadvertently go over some bumps, which I do my best to avoid, but it's almost impossible on these roads, on all roads in the UK, except for the ones that have just been resurfaced.